What's going on, Metaverse Music Festival? This is your boy, AndE, and I'm with a person with a special guest that needs no introduction. Well, okay, this is the Metaverse, so maybe one or two of you don't know this person, I guess. So maybe for those just couple of people out there in this Metaverse land, tell us who you are and give us a little background about yourself, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Khujo Goodie. I'm 1/4 of the Atlanta-based hip-hop rap group called Goodie Mob. You might have heard of us with another group called Outkast. You know what I mean? Came out like in 1995, 94, 95. That was the first platinum album that Outkast put out, and I was featured on a song called Call It a While, featuring Big Boy and Andre 3000 and Timo Goodie. And we put out our first album in 1995 called Soul Food, and it was on the Face Records. And the president of that record was L.A. Reid and Babyface. You know what I'm saying? So they gave us our shot in 95 with a single called Cell Therapy. It was a real unorthodox song. You know, it's nothing that you could probably play in the club, but you know, along with Organized Noise, that was our producers who introduced us to L.A. Reid. But since L.A. Reid trusted Organized Noise, whatever Organized Noise, you know what I'm saying, said was a hit, you know, L.A. Reid went with that. So I got to, you know what I'm saying, double hand salute L.A. Reid just for, you know what I'm saying, just for trusting us and what we was doing. And like I said, Outkast was the one that introduced us to the world on the album called Southern Playlist at Cadillac Music. And right now we're celebrating our 26-year anniversary of Soul Food. You know what I mean? Our first album that came out, and celebrating the 23rd year anniversary of our second album, Still Standing, man. So I got to shout out to all my fans that's just been holding us down, man, since 95. And now on up to the day with our new release that we released called Survival Kit. And our single out with that is featuring Big Boy from Outkast. And the name of that song is called Pray for the Sheep. So, you know, we just motivating and still inspiring, man.
Man, that's absolutely amazing. I want to give a prop out to my boy, DJ Set It Off. He's the one that got us together and got you in touch with me. He's doing a show at the Metaverse Music Festival on the Hashmash stage. So y'all check out some of his work. But I really wanted to appreciate your time, you know, because I know you have a lot going on. So giving a chance to link up, getting a chance to talk, because even in these days with Set It Off and me talking about this possibility and making this happen, we got to talk about, I'm from outside of Atlanta. I'm from Stone Mountain.
Okay.
He's outside of Georgia. So to have the pride those years of growing up and throwing on Goodie and just have it blasting and saying, we're from this. I mean, y'all created the Dirty South, you know, the Dungeon family, and just having that all here, it gives me chills still to this day. And to be able to interview you, man, to say the inspiration that you gave so many people I talked to over these weeks, man.
Thank you.
So many across the metaverse that are like, wait, Goodie, you're doing an interview? Like, oh my God, a person was blasting you for an hour the other day. So it's really just amazing to be able to thank you for the work that you put in and grinding all this time to put out this material. So pleasure to, you know, get to be able to speak to you. But enough about your past, man. I mean, it's been a beautiful place to get, but this is about the future, you know. And right now you're on tour. Where are you playing at right now?
Right now we're on tour with Erykah Badu, and today, actually, we'll be in Birmingham today, and tomorrow we got Tampa with Erykah Badu, Talib Kweli, and Scarface from the Ghetto Boys. And then we're gonna turn back around and come back to Atlanta and top it off down here in the Dirty South. You know what I mean? So we've been moving around pretty much. You know what I mean? Since the pandemic came, you know, a lot of people had enough time to sit down and go through some old music, and they just happened to pull up a soul food album and want to talk about Cell Therapy. So Cell Therapy had been sampled a few times. One by Travis Scott. You know what I mean? He did some justice to it. So, you know, a lot of people have been going back and doing homework and, you know, want to hear what that Goodie Mob album is all about. So Erykah Badu, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her, man, just for reaching back, you know what I'm saying? Reaching back to the Goodie, man, and just getting on the road and just doing this thing.
And that's absolutely awesome. And it's good to see like y'all actually out there, man, and all the fans getting to be back in places to be able to hear you. But yeah, you're right with the pandemic and just giving you a chance to kind of take everything in, take all that's been happening and all that's happened in the past and where this future can go. What kind of works do y'all have? Are you able to give any alpha kind of information about some things that might be in the pipeline, or what is the thoughts of the next year going into this year at the end of this year and what you see maybe happening next year for y'all?
Man, hopefully, man, we can get on one of these verses. You know what I mean? We've seen that's been kind of like popular on social media. Probably get on the verses and just really, you know what I'm saying, lay it out on the line of all the songs that, people probably forgot, you know what I'm saying, I never heard of, you know what I mean? So basically, man, just that, man, and just trying to gain new fans, you know what I'm saying, and just reconnect with the old fans, you know what I mean? We thinking about maybe doing a Goodie Mob movie, you know what I mean? That's in the makings. Maybe like a Goodie Mob, like something that we can pitch to Netflix, because you can only do so much in an hour and 40-something minutes, you know what I mean? So, we've really been thinking about that, man, and really just been getting into these NFTs too, man. You know what I mean? That's really been the new futuristic thing that we've just learned about, man, to kind of connect with our fans now, you know what I mean? Like I said, when you have time to sit down, like with this pandemic, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of geniuses out there just started, you know what I'm saying, thinking about a lot of things and putting a lot of stuff together, man. And, you know what I'm saying, here we are right now.
Man, that's awesome. We're going to get into this NFT in a second as well, what you've done. But tell me about your experience of first learning about NFTs. Like, when was it? Maybe has it been recently? But like, what was your thought? Because I kind of feel like, especially in this metaverse land and this festival we're doing, it's going to open so many eyes to just like a new revolution within the music industry, within the art industry. So many things can happen with it. When you found out about it, tell me a little bit about that story.
When we found out about it, man, I was just really blown away, man, that, you know what I'm saying, what was the difference between me going online and looking at an image and clicking on the image and dragging it and putting it on, you know what I'm saying, my profile or using it like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that, this is me, but at the end of the day, that doesn't belong to you, you know what I mean? So with the NFTs, you know what I mean, it's something tangible that, you know what I'm saying, we could offer our fans, you know what I'm saying, that can really, be worth something, you know what I'm saying, later on down the line, opposed to, just right clicking 2 times and just pulling something down. This is really, that we found out that this can really be, you know what I'm saying, something that can make us really close to our fans, to really, they can own something of yours, you know what I mean? So that's when I kind of like found out, when I heard about that, I was kind of intrigued to learn a little bit more about it, because, I wasn't familiar with, the language, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't familiar with, you know what I'm saying, how you buy a NFT. So we was invited a couple of times on Twitter. I've been seeing a few chat rooms. So I kind of like jumped in a few chat rooms and did a few Clubhouse chats, you know what I mean, with on Khujo, and just kind of learned a little bit more about it, that these things, man, it's like I seen that the first NFTs, I mean, they just went for so much. They were so valuable. You know what I mean? I mean, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, some classic artwork, but this is just something just totally virtual. You know what I mean? It's just, it's just technology has never ceased to amaze me, man, that we learned that this can also change the music industry. You know what I mean? They hadn't even got a hold to it, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that they're still busy with streams. You know what I mean? So they're not even paying attention to, like we said, the metaverse. They're not even paying attention about what's going on with that. So I still have a lot to learn, you know what I'm saying, about it. But while we're learning, you know what I'm saying, we definitely putting some things out there for our fans to really be interested in, man.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. Like I've seen some of it, had some different friends set it off, got me one of those. Tell me a little bit about your NFT, what people can like expect a little bit with it. And I think I've heard some charity work with this as well that I'd like to talk to you about as far as that.
For sure. Man, it's a real dope concept, man, that Khujo came to us with, man, and we just sat down together and just kind of manicured it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Put a little seasoning on it, a little salt on it, you know what I mean? And came up with the Dirty South Soul Food Truck. And the reason why I was kind of like feeling the soul food truck is, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of like a catapulting entrepreneurship with a lot of people in Atlanta, you know what I mean? I mean, for people that couldn't afford like a restaurant, you know what I mean? A standing place where people could come, you know what I mean? They just invest their money in getting a food truck, you know what I mean? So since our first album was, you know what I'm saying, soul food, we just thought that we have us a virtuous soul food truck that it looks small on the outside, but in the inside, it's just, it's really big. It's almost like the dungeon, you know what I mean? It's like a state-of-the-art kitchen in there. And we made ourselves into cyborg chefs.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? So Khujo, Timo, Big Gip, and CeeLo, those are the rare chefs that you can get when you go to get your NFT. But we also have under robot chefs, you know what I mean? So it's almost like they each have their own legion, but we're like the boss chefs, and those like the underboss chefs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, an awesome idea, man. In the truck, man, it's decorated, man, with our album covers on it, man. And then we have plates too, also. So you can get you a plate. It might be some chicken and waffles on the plate. You know what I'm saying? You might get you some ribs. You might get some macaroni and cheese and string beans, man. And you might get you a veggie plate. You know what I mean? But it might come with an iced tea. You know what I mean? Or a lemonade. You know, something like that, man. So we just thought it was a real cool idea, man. And we was thinking about just, man, once we start getting a little bit more knowledgeable about the Metaverse, we want the Dirty South Soul Food Truck to pull up in the Metaverse. You know what I mean? We'll be dropping off plates. We'll be dropping off, you know what I'm saying, unreleased tracks that, you know what I'm saying, people never heard of. You know what I'm saying? And even Big Gip was thinking about giving away his red Cadillac that's been in the Southern playlist of Cadillac music video, Players Balls video. We're talking about giving away some concert tickets. We've already got 2 we've given away. So, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to do some real fly shit, man, for our new fans and for the old fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome. And wasn't there charity connected? Am I right about that?
Yeah, we was doing for the Atlanta Food Bank. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's what Goodie Mob is all about. You know what I'm saying? It's all about not only feeding the mind, you know what I'm saying, but you got to give the people the other things that they need to even be able to think, you know what I mean? So what better way, man, to be a part of the Atlanta Food Bank and give some of the proceeds that we make from the NFTs to go, man, to try to stop hunger, man, in our neighborhood. So we still trying to do, you know, since we're an innovative group, we're still trying to help our people, man, at the same time.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I mean, that's something that was awesome that I heard from this that people were telling me about. I have the chicken and waffles myself. So I got something for my belly and everything.
Wow.
And as far as, you know, some of the things that I can see as far as the future, I'd love to reconnect after this, because obviously you have these shows, you have stuff going on, but there's like some different Discord and some different projects that have different podcasts. One of them I know is called Penelope's Country Club. And they do these podcasts every week. There's another one that's called Stoner Cats. That's actually a cartoon that Ashton Kutcher, his wife, and Chris Rock are doing these cartoons with this NFT they're doing. They have this unofficial Stoner Cats podcast. The reason why I'm bringing these up is I'd like to talk to you after this tour when there's times that are a little bit freer for you to maybe be able to get on those kind of platforms, because those are the type of audiences that are already in. You're going to be able to bring in your fans But just like with you, it's a whole new experience, and it's hard to wrap your mind around. Like with this Metaverse Music Festival, there's going to be so many of these butt-naked characters because you can get these wearables. So there's going to be all these people going just like, what in the world is this? And seeing it and expanding their mind about what the possibility, like you even seeing with that soul food truck and being like, having some kind of jingle with it, you're coming in like, what? There's Goodie in them.
Yeah, you know how ice cream truck come around, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
We'll be playing some Goodie Mob music, man, some new stuff, man. But yeah, like you said, man, just even I love to get with you like that, man, and jump on those other podcasts, man. Like you said, just wrapping your mind around, you know what I'm saying, around just the metaverse, just period, and with the NFTs, it's still. Like I said, it's still untapped knowledge out there, man. It's just, I'm still waiting to learn.
Right. And I'll tell you, even with working with this Metaverse Music Festival, there's a couple of things with it. I've met so many creators, so many people that, you know, work on the blockchain part of it, are helping with the contracts. They're working on this part of the aspect of it. They're creating, I have like augmented reality type artists that you can actually put your phone outside and it'll show maybe the soul food truck in the future, like in somebody's yard, you know, where they can do it augmented reality.
That's what I'm talking
getting about. Around these types of people, it is mind blowing. I tell people it's like college on steroids because you're hearing so much new information. And it feels like within 2 or 3 months in these kind of places that you feel like you've been there a year already because crypto never sleeps. This is a 24-hour thing. So our festival is 72 hours straight, just a nonstop playing of music. And I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us because we're going to be playing this during the festival. And we'd love to have y'all kind of work with us in the future as we continue this. We're going to make this an annual thing and maybe do other special events. So maybe there's something in the future that y'all decide like, hey, you know, we want to see what's up with this. We can get together as far as helping you with that. And any service that we can be for you, man, we would love to help you pioneer, just like you did with the Dirty South, pioneer this new metaverse and bringing the Dirty South to this metaverse and showing them and reminding them where we came from, you know?
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Like I can't wait, man.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, as I said, you got a show tonight. I don't know if you might do one little clip here at the end for me of just saying, hey, what's up, Metaverse Music Festival? This is your boy, Khujo Goodie. And you just keep rocking out or something like that. I don't know if you can come up with a little line.
The Metaverse Music Fest?
Yeah, Metaverse Music Festival.
Okay. Yo, what's up? It's Khujo Goodie from the Goodie Mob. And, you know, I'm tapped into the Metaverse Music Festival, shawty.